We heard earlier about Jerron McPherson playing at the nickel a little bit. I know you're more at the outside corners, but how's he done at that position for you guys?
He's done a great job. You know, when we had the opportunity to get him back healthy, that was one of the positions that we talked as a staff about getting him in there to be able to play because of his ability to be able to play man, and then his ability to be able to fit into the box and tackle. He provides just what Walt provided at that position.
I remember last spring you saying you would arm wrestle to Coach Walt. Now you get to. What's it like having him?
Well, I mean, what did you think that? Right? So, no, it's a good situation. Just like I've talked before, and Coach Hazelton and I have gone round and round as to what is the best position for Walt to be able to help us the most. And it's been corner, but there'll be some packages in the future where we'll move him inside, and then that'll give the opportunity for other guys to be able to play at corner. I think having great depth at that position is vital, especially in this league.
Who is kind of the alpha dog of your group in terms of leadership right now?
I'd say that actually we're leading by a group right now. AJ, of course, is a guy who goes about his business. He's not a talking guy, you know. He really leads by example. So in that way, he does. Kevion McGee is a guy. He's more vocal, right? Lance Robinson is a little bit more vocal. Lance is a young guy, but he's played a lot, and he's spirited and enthusiastic. So there's a few guys in that room who do a good job at the appropriate time of stepping out and leading, and I like it that way. I like it that way.
Is Logan Robinson in a spot where he could, Logan Wilson in a spot where he could still play perhaps early as a young guy here?
Well, that's kind of the plan is to see if we can get him into a situation with the new red shirt rule. We're going to utilize that as best we can with a guy like him. So we're giving him as many reps as we can, but he's a freshman. Right? And so sometimes he's out there spinning in a circle, but you see things that you don't have to coach in a freshman. You see him, and that's encouraging, that's exciting. So yes, he's a guy that we would like to see if we can use him this season.
Last year the defense finished around middle of the pack in the Big 12 in terms of forcing turnovers. Coming into this year, what kind of things are y'all doing to kind of create more?
Well, that's one of the things that in different places in my career, we've led the country and we've been in the top 10 in the nation in creating turnovers. So I think it's an attitude. It's continually pushing it, which our coaches do, and our players believing that that's something that they can be good at. And that's, you know, I think that's what we've seen throughout the course of fall camp is our guys going after the football, finding ways to create turnovers to get the ball back to our offense. So we'll just keep pushing it. We'll continue to drill turnover drills, and we'll get excited when they create turnovers, and there'll be accountabilities when we don't.
You mentioned that you and Coach Hazelton have kind of gone around and around about where Walt might fit best. Is there ever any talk with him about, well, Walt, where do you feel most comfortable?
No, we don't want to hear from him. No, but Walt's a guy who wants to help the team. So you know what his answer would be. His answer would be, where do I help the team best? And that's when we talk. That's what it's centered around, is where we help the team best.
So Walt and AJ right now are your starters at corner maybe, but
right.
Who else right now is in that rotation?
Well, I'm looking at Jason Ray as a guy who could come in on third downs. Walt, AJ, Kevion is a guy who has earned the trust to be able to get out there. Darrell Patterson is another guy, and Lance Robinson. So it's kind of a consortium of guys who have, like I said, who have earned the trust of the staff and earned the trust of their teammates. And you know, we're still in fall camp, so we're still fighting for those positions. But if I had to choose a group of guys to go to battle with, those would be the guys right now that I'm excited about doing it with.
What are you looking for in terms of physicality versus coverage skills from the edge?
Well, you have to be able to be both, right? We look for size, we look for athletic ability, movement skills, but we want a guy who can be physical, because the offenses of today, they're gonna put that soft corner, that cover corner, they're going to put him in the situations where he has to be a physical operator. And so in our room, it's one of the first things we said, we don't want any cowards, and I don't think those guys have proven to be that. Now they're not neck roll middle linebacker types, but they all will hold their own when asked to be physical at the point of attack.
How aggressive do you anticipate? I know some of this might change week to week, but in terms of just being up, bump and run kind of guys, or backing off at corner, philosophically, where do you see that right now?
Well, we're aggressive. We're mostly aggressive because we feel like we have the ability to be aggressive, but you can't do that every play. So there'll be plays and there'll be situations where we're not in a press alignment, but we want to be aggressive. We want to be aggressive 11 times out of 8.